good to go. We're down for the count. Finished with that. Now we're going to go to your stretching and your mobility. Again, like I said in the beginning, take your time. This is a cool down. This is a rest. I'm going to incorporate stretching and mobility. These are things you can do. You can take as long as you need. You're done with the hard stuff. This is the good stuff. Now take as long as you need to get through these. 2 rounds, same as in the beginning. 2 rounds of everything. 2 movements chunked together. All right? 2 movements, 2 rounds. Move to the next for 2 rounds, and move to the next for 2 rounds. So first we have Jefferson curls, and child's pose swimmers. So Jefferson curls look like this. I'm going to turn to the side. I turn to the side a lot because I always want you to see what my posterior chain looks like, which is my spine, basically my back side, how it's neutral. And I want you to see what my front side looks. So I never ever say this, only when we're doing these, and you're going to have a rounded spine. I always like a neutral spine. I always like engaged shoulders. I always like a flat back. Jefferson curls are different. Start with your chin. This is slow. Enjoy this. Love it. Love it up. Okay? Chin's rolling. I'm rolling vertebrae by vertebrae. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Until I get as far as I can go. I happen to be able to reach the floor with my palms. It feels really, really, really good. See what you can do. If you're only here, you're only here. Hold it for a couple seconds. You're going back up the same way. 1 vertebrae at a time. My head's hanging, it's heavy, it feels good. Oh, there goes my shoulders. And there comes my head last, and my chin is up. That's 1 rep. You have 10. Take them easy, take them slow, enjoy them. After you've done those, we're going to the floor. Just like a child's pose in yoga, and we're going to have a little swim, okay? Thumbs are up, palms are down. Face is down. I'm going to swim with 1 arm. My palm is down until I get halfway, and then it's up. And then it comes back, and then it's down. It's down, and it's up. And then it's down. And then I'm going to move to my other side. Okay? This is for shoulders. You have 10 each on each arm. Then you have what's called a thoracic stretch. I do this a lot. I do it different ways. I do it on the wall. I do it on the bench. I do it on a foam roller, and we can do it on the floor. I want you to find a space that's comfortable for you. These are your next 2 movements. You have thoracic stretch and thread the needle. I have benches right here. I'm going to use them. Thumbs up. Sit back. Very similar to that swimmer we just did. Drop your head. Breathe. Okay? This is for a minute. I want you to hold it as long as you can, hopefully a minute. Every time you exhale, I want you to feel yourself getting further in between those shoulders. If you don't have a bench, you have nothing, then you're just going to go here. Okay? Really reach those hands out. Also, you can go on the wall. Okay? Hands to the wall, dropping that head. The goal is to get that head as far in between those shoulders as you can for as long as you can. We're aiming for a minute. All right? Then we're moving to thread the needle. We did this one at your workout 1. You should be familiar. All right? Left hand goes out. Right hand goes through. You're crawling both sets of fingers in opposite directions, looking towards the fingers that are threaded through. Then you're going to come up and switch. Thread, crawl those fingers, crawl those fingers, crawl those fingers, looking at those fingers threaded through, and come up. Okay? 10 total, 5 on the right, 5 on the left, back to thoracic for a minute, back to here. All right? Then we have iron cross. Okay? Iron cross is here. Arms are in a T. 1 leg comes up, feet stay flexed. Remember, we're crossing that leg over that body, but what we're not doing is letting our shoulder pop up like this. We want to keep it down, go to my mobility as far as it'll go here, my mobility threshold here, but keeping that shoulder intact. If this feels good, look over that opposite shoulder. Then you're going to come up and switch. Okay, I'm a little close to the wall, sorry about that. Looking, stretching, keeping the shoulder on the floor, up and switch. The last thing of that too is called leg pulling. This is my favorite thing to do. You're literally laying on the floor with your legs up. I'm going to show you how to get into the position the easiest and best way, but I'm also going to tell you that you can build up in this time. You might feel a little lightheaded. The blood is going from your feet. You used your legs a lot today. We did a lot of strength with your legs. So we're going to take that blood and we're going to push it back down, and we're going to rush it back to your heart and to your upper body. It's going to be good for recovery. It's good just to relax. It's also good for your mobility. You're going to know right away if you have tight hamstrings when I put you here. So sit close to the wall. We're going to go, that we're going to put our legs on. Hip is there, and I'm basically going to lay back and flip. Here. Now, I have been doing this for a really long time. My hamstrings aren't tight, so I'm actually able to get my butt, my glutes, on the wall, and I'm able to keep my lower back into the floor. You'll see some people, and you might be one where you're here, right? My back's out on the floor, and my hamstrings are screaming at me. That's how you know your hamstrings are tight, your hip flexors are tight, and we're going to need to work on that. So if you're here and it's uncomfortable, let's shoot for 15, 20 seconds. And then on the second round, let's shoot for 20, 30, 40 seconds. But if you're here like me and you're able to get yourself flat against the floor, right up against the wall, I want you to hang for however long you want. Have it written for a minute. That does a good job. You can stay here for 5. You can stay here as long as you like. You're going to feel tingling. It's okay. It's normal. You can play with your leg movement here, right? You can do some stretching here. This is recovery. This is mobility. Do what you want to do. But if you're here in this uncomfortable position with your hamstrings yelling at you, let's go slow into this. Let's take our time down, and we'll do maybe more rounds. Okay? So butt to the floor to exit. Right back over, and you'll sit up. All right? I have that for a minute. Then you'll go back to that iron cross and leg pulling, 2 rounds of that. All right? Be mindful of your hamstrings. Most people, lots of people do have these tight hamstrings. That's okay. We're going to work on that with this, and we're going to work on it with lots of the exercises and movements that we're going to do through the program. So all these things can be fixed. If your hamstrings do hurt, let me know. Let's talk about that, and we'll see what we can do, because we can put more stuff into your workouts for that. So that is your stretching, your mobility recovery. You can take any of these things that we did for mobility beginning and the end, and you can incorporate them into the days off that you have this week. It never hurts to continue to do mobility. You can't do enough. You can't stretch. You can't overstretch. You can't mobilize yourself. So, allow yourself to take these things and do them on the days off. If you didn't have a lot of time to finish up with this today, maybe you were a little bit longer in the workout or the timing wasn't like you thought, then do them later. Maybe later this afternoon, later today, later tomorrow. But try and get it in. Mobility is just as important as the strength and the conditioning that we're doing and your nutrition. So we'll talk about your nutrition too.